question is, have you guys played at Treefort before?
Yeah, we played last year at the Reef. Actually, I think we were like second wave or third wave to be announced, so it was like a happy surprise. Nice. And from that experience alone, I knew and we knew that we had to come back. It's honestly one of the best festivals, especially in the Northwest. The way that it's so accessible, the amount of artistry, the diversity, I absolutely love it. Yeah.
People that like I've met and like networked with.
Yeah.
Yeah, Treefort's definitely like a big unifying experience.
Yeah.
It's great for a lot of local bands around here because then they get to play with like cool bands like you guys and like artists from all over the place that come here, because then it's not like a normal tour. It's like a whole, just like I mean, it's a festival, so it's like just a whole combination of all the different people coming in. That's really good.
You guys do a really great job of setting up your city in a way that is easily maneuvering like the culture of it, the restaurants, other artists that are also from here. Like it's just it's so good. Yeah.
It's awesome. The city kind of transforms for Treefort every year. And it's like,
We think we called it a pop-up paper town last year.
Yeah.
We were like, what? It's so perfect.
Yeah. So you have a unique sound. You kind of blend pop, trap, and like electronic dance music, like whole bunch of different genres with some of the like new metal and punk in there too. Like you blend a lot of different genres into one sound. What are some of the influences that have gone into molding that sound?
Are we talking about like other artists or my experiences? Okay. Well, let's start there because I can always give you like the top 3 things that I'm influenced by, right? But truly the last like 5 years has been a different intake as far as what makes the music. Seeing how people have persevered through the pandemic and risen up in a way that is absolutely out of this world and admirable has been able to create the energy and power within me, which is reflected in the music. I think as creators, we felt really broken and kind of lost as to where we can go and where we can be seen. And the fact that we chose to band together and to use our experiences to fuel our music was what inspired me and kind of a huge part of what goes into Black Girl American Horror Story. Of course, like new metal, like as you heard, covering the Limp Bizkit cover, that whole side of things. I love Hayley Williams, huge fan. On the pop side, Rihanna is like a huge influence. Being able to also play with my friends, they're also producers on it, and Say It Like You Mean It, which you heard today, Daym produced, and Mack mixed and mastered, and we kind of like pulled a lot of references from just like an era of like ghoulish grunge and
because the vampire music,
vampire music,
they're great.
Yeah, and then you have like something that you were kind of going off of with just kind of like the drums and the guitar in it. Yeah. You want to talk a little bit about it?
Big fan of like Thanks So Much, more modern side, and then on the older side of new wave music like Depeche Mode and whatnot. So it was definitely like all those influences kind of come together in one.
Yeah, trying to keep like this energy of paying homage to what has come before us, and then paving a way for a new sound to inspire younger people to be creative and to trust their intuition creatively is like really important to us. So
you do a great job of bringing all those influences and modernizing some of them and combining them into something that is uniquely your own, and I think that's a good
thank you,
really good sound.
That means
really
so much
for music, you know.
Thank you.
Oh, wow. How did you guys meet and start playing together?
Do you want to go first or should I go first? You know what I mean?
Okay, so I was in a show, right? And I was just going to see some local music.
Wait, we're internet friends first.
We were internet friends.
Yeah.
And it was one of those, cyber meet things where you kind of like see each other like, oh, I really like what this person's doing. I love the art. I love the music. I love what's happening. Big fan. But you never actually meet that person in real life.
Yeah.
Parasocial relationship, right? So I'm at the show, And then out of nowhere, I hear this voice.
Daym? Is that you?
And I turn around, and there's TeZATalks. And I'm like, TeZATalks? It was a moment.
It was. And it was like a true soul connection because you know, come across people in this life. There's billions of us walking this earth, but then you get that really cool opportunity to like meet someone that you feel like you maybe met before and again and again. And that's definitely been a basis of our relationship. We've been friends for a really long time. Yeah. And the fact that we've been able to fulfill some of these promises we've made to each other and be a part of each other's success and watch the evolution of each other's art is really, really cool. And I'm so thankful for it because there's nothing like being on stage with people who, when you're in a tough spot, that you know have your back, you know, no matter what. And Mac and I, Poison Jams, we kept crossing paths in like kind of the underground party social scene. But it wasn't really until we got asked to be on a podcast together. And through our love of philosophy and just
who doesn't love existentialism?
Hating small talk.
Yeah.
We developed a really beautiful friendship, and
we were friends for like a long time before we ever did music together.
You were not talking about the weather.
Exactly, and like another thing to speak on to like the importance of our friendship. I was making music in a basement forever and really challenged by putting myself out there into different studio spaces. Being a woman in music is really hard, especially when it seems like it's a man's world. And I had some unfortunate experiences happen in that way. So I really wanted to keep that just protected. And Mac, Poison Jams, really created a safe space for me to step out and start recording my truth again in a way that I am forever thankful for. Yeah.
I'm thankful that you recorded with me.
Yeah.
Please. What if it's like...
Okay, we're good.
Still going
it's
strong.
Still going. We're good.
We are here, Rocket Man.
So, I don't know if you guys went on the tour, but I know that you like went on tour recently.
Yeah. Oh, we all went on the tour.
Okay, you were all there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's good. Yeah. Are there any good experiences and stories you guys can share from that tour?
Oh my God. Can I talk about the...
Go ahead.
So we were at Webster Hall, and then it was sold out. First off, oh my God.
Mind you, Webster Hall is like a 1,200, 2,000 cap venue in New York City. Like, the greats play there. And this is our first time on tour.
It was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Can I talk about the bully thing?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so I gotta show you. So we do this call and response thing before the song "Bully," where we tell bullies,
Yeah, suck my dick.
"Suck my dick," and then it's a call and response thing with the crowd, and just like 1,200 people are packed out. It's just they all did the call and response, "Suck my dick."
Yeah.
Oh, I never felt better.
The really cool part about it too is we don't really rehearse what we're gonna say. We try to like hit just points. And apparently there was like an issue in the crowd where this like guy was being, or a group of guys was being pretty disrespectful to some girls, and they were just taking it. And then when we had said that, they like turned to him and they
all
like
perked up.
said it, and it just like scurried him away, and they were able to enjoy the rest of the show, and that was like really awesome.
Empowering. It was great.
Yeah. Do you have any tour memories?
Oh my goodness. I think the highlight for me was probably the last night because I had been following Mur's music for a long time. Since 2014, I'd been a fan. I'd seen her shows, and then it was so wild to be just like friends. We were just eating chocolate cake and like hanging out, and it was so wonderful when you have that moment in your dreams to be working so hard, and then you're finally friends with the people who you really looked up to.
Yeah.
It was a moment.
I definitely will say yes, tour has plenty of unforgettable memories, but one thing I want to share that I think would be helpful to aspiring artists and artists that are just trying to like get on tour is it was a Cinderella story. We got asked to play a show in a little mountain town called Bellingham, Mer put it on one of her stops while she was on tour with Imagine Dragons, and we were like, sure, cool, let's like open up for her. And her kindness, although her stardom is so crazy, she still came to our sound check. She still came and watched our set. And then 2 days later, I get a phone call from her agent asking me to join her on tour.
So cool.
No agent. I manage myself with the help of like my incredible friends. No budget, $2 budget. And that happened. And we're across the country playing in these venues. So I hope it inspires people to always live in the moment, to trust that what they're doing is exactly what's going to get them to where they want to be. Because that's exactly what happened. And I still get emotional, like, thinking about that. Like, it was one of the most surreal experiences ever, and I got to do it with my best friends.
That's
So,
awesome.
yeah.
All right, so the last thing we have is during your set, you shared some really strong like messages and really strong sort of, I don't know how you'd say it. Just, you had some strong messages that you wanted to get across the crowd and that you talked about with the crowd, right? Stuff like, don't sleep till I'm dead, like that kind of stuff, you know? Do you have any more of that you could share with our viewers?
Absolutely. I have a song called Not Your Body. We went back and forth, honestly, on whether or not we should do it. I'm not shying away from any political fight. I just wanted to make sure that I was being mindful of how much time I could really give a messaging to. And the campaign Not Your Body is something that we started last year that is going to continue until there's irreversible change. It stands for bodily autonomy, gender inclusivity, and women's equal rights. And it's a basic human right that we get to decide what we want to do with our bodies, with who we want to be in the world, and how we present ourselves to the world. And I know that Idaho has one of the strictest bans on our bodies. Despite what anyone feels or believes, it is our basic human right to have the choice in how we live. And so although I didn't get to do the song at the skate park, I wanted to draw in an energy so that when people continued on the journey with me, they understood that this is a part of it. And trust me, it will be coming up again and again and again. So thank you for asking and holding space for allowing me to say that. Idaho abortion rights.com.
I think so.
Kimra was supposed to be having a booth here, and she got sick, and I messaged her before we came out to try to see if we could do some type of like just collaboration on stage. And so I promised her that I would make sure to share that in any space that I'm in. That's where one can go to receive free health care through the challenges that we have in dealing with some of the laws that have been put in place. But I'm going to keep fighting, I'm going to keep being a friend, and I'm going to keep using my platform to uplift the voices that can't be heard.
Awesome.
Love that.
Yeah, that's an awesome way to close out the interview.
Yes, for
Yeah.
sure.
Thanks. Thank you guys so much for having us
Yeah, thanks
and
for
holding
doing
space. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. I know we just met, but you have a friend for life. And anything that you need moving forward, just let me know. And hopefully we see you next year too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yay. Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.